Last year, income tax from labor earnings hit an all-time high, making up over 18% of total tax revenue. Meanwhile, corporate tax revenue shrunk for the second year in a row.
지난해 나라가 거둬들인 세금 중 근로소득세가 차지하는 비중이 18%대로 역대 최대 수준을 기록했습니다. 반면 법인세 수입은 2년 연속 감소했습니다. Okay, so right now it's really hard. Food prices, workers have to eat out, pay for lunch.
Yes.
We got to have our coffee. Coffee is so expensive. And we're paying more tax on top of that?
Yes.
How do we survive?
It is so true. It is definitely something that if you are a regular worker making, just a regular wage at an office, you are paying more and more of the tax bill for the country.
Right.
Yeah. So, of course, with the economic downturn, inflation is doing two things. The first thing it's doing is, of course, people aren't buying as much.
True.
So companies cannot make as much money.
Oh, got it.
Right?
Right, because we're not opening our pockets.
Right.
Saving money.
Yes. And another thing that does happen is that inflation does push up wages just a little bit. So with both of these things happening, it means that regular people with that 근로소득, they are paying more in taxes. 네, 직장인들의 부담이 조금씩 커지는 거예요.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's tricky because you're like, okay, your income goes up, but then if it goes up, you pay more tax. And so really, it's not a good thing for the income to go up in some ways.
Well, like you won't lose money if your
Yeah.
income goes up.
True.
But
But-
you won't be making as much as you think you're going to be
That's
making
right.
with
That's
a raise.
right. Okay. All right. So, interesting. So the personal income tax is increased.
Yes.
However, the corporate tax, 법인세는, has decreased.
Yes, it has decreased. In fact, the 법인세 is at the lowest level since 2005. So the amount that it makes up of the entire amount of tax collected is 18.6%. 네, 지난해 법인세 비중은 18.6%였어요.
Wow.
그건 2005년 이래 최저 수준입니다. So it is quite low indeed. But if you look over the past 20 years, 최근 20년을 보면 that number has gone from over 20% down to 18%.
Okay.
So it got a little bit smaller. 법인세 조금씩 줄어드는데요. If you look at the income tax from wages, that 근로소득세,
Yes.
it has gone from 8% to 18%.
10% more?
맞아요. 8%에서 이제 18%까지 늘어났어요.
Whoa. So corporate tax is like 2% of a decrease, but for the income tax it's 10% more?
Yes, it is. It's a big increase.
That's a big gap right there. Okay. All right. Well, that's tough. Here we talked about corporate tax and income tax. So 법인세 is corporate tax.
Yes.
Income tax is 소득세, but 근로소득세, can it be that as well? There's a little bit of a...
Yeah. So if you just say income tax, of course, 소득세 is probably the closest.
Okay.
My understanding is Korea, the United States, Canada, we all kind of divide taxes a little differently, right?
Got it.
What category that they go into. So maybe just saying income tax is the safest way to say
Yeah,
it.
just a general term.
Yeah.
Okay.